welcome to Versus Live by StartsTheGames.com. I'm Todd Anderson.
I'm Ross Miriam.
And I'm going to be loud so you forget about what just happened.
Jeremy, don't fire me, please.
Well, so Versus Live is, of course, brought to you by Carnox chairs. Make sure to go to carnox.com/SCG and check out these sweet gaming chairs. They're nice. Today, we are doing some really sweet stuff where I am trying to win these marbles permanently. So I can take them with me as I jet across the United States and move to California and start a new life.
Leave me forever.
Just going to become a man on the run.
Or band on the run.
Man, no. Yeah, that started in my head right when I... So, tell us about what we're doing.
Okay, so this is the farewell tour for Todd. Todd's Greatest Hits, Volume 2, because we already did this last week against Corey. So it's Volume 2, that means it's Electric Boogaloo. I got him with a little Azorius Delver in match 1 against Monogrin Dungrove. Yeah, nice 3-2. And we're getting a little bit further along, closer to current times.
Yeah.
This was a matchup that we actually played at an Invitational in Las Vegas in 2014, I believe. My list unfortunately wasn't published, so I'm playing a different one. But this is Todd's actual list from that Invitational. This is one of your favorite decks of all time. Yeah. A deck that you played a ton of, Jeskai Black, and I gotta say, one of the low-key, most impressive things Todd has ever done in his Magic career is play this deck for as long as he did and never get a draw. It took forever to win with this deck.
It did take forever to win with this deck, but once you got the mechanics down and you knew kind of all the ins and outs, and this is why you play 50 hours of Magic a week if you want to be, high up on the ladder there. But yeah, this iteration of Jeskai Black went through a lot of changes over the 6 months or so that I played it, and it ultimately ended up giving me 3 or 4 top 8, 7-1 at an Invitational, and I just felt like I was killing it the whole time I was playing the deck. Really powerful reaction cards, a lot of cheap spot removal, and cheap creatures that if your opponent didn't interact with, gave you significant advantages, but had the ability to be really powerful even as the game went long. Stuff like Jace Vryn's Prodigy lets you sculpt your hand, as well as when it transformed, allowed you to effectively be like a Snapcaster Mage, which is pretty cool. And then Soulfire Grandmaster alongside Fire Impulse and Roast gave you spot removal that recouped lost life. And if it went to like turn 7, you could activate it plus a removal spell, and it would let you rebuy the removal spell. It was just an insanely powerful duo in the 2-drop slot.
Yep, and they both having your late game card, the card that actually wins you the game, be so cheap. It was really nice because you can cast it in the mid game with a removal spell and not lose any tempo. Mm-hmm. And it was definitely a very scary deck. I am playing some Siege Rhinos. This is Abzan Aggro. This is post when it was Hangerback Abzan. That was before rotation, and then we got these weird mana bases where it took people a little while to figure out exactly how to use the fetch lands and the battle lands together. If you look at my list, there's a Smoldering Marsh and a Sunken Hollow, which look kind of awkward, but you got to realize I want my Wooded Foothills to be able to find black mana and my Flooded Strand to be able to find black mana.
Yeah,
and those allow you to do that. So you're going to see me tank a little bit to try to figure out exactly how to sequence my lands.
A little bit?
Because that was a difficult thing to do in this deck, but I'm just going to try to curve Todd out. Gideon is one of my most important cards. If I can land Gideon, I'll be in good shape. But other than that, it's I've got to hope to make Todd's removal awkward, but the removal in this format was really good. Crackling Doom, Roast, Fiery Impulse, all these cards that deal with a pretty wide range of things.
Murder was pretty good.
Yeah.
So a lot of stuff going on here. Let's just go ahead and get to the match, though, because we're going to try to get best of 5. And best of 5 when you're playing Jeskai Black is not easy. So I'm going to be playing Fast AF.
Fast and loose. And you'll be on the play.
Yeah. Okay, so we're going to fetch Plains into Mountain Soulfire, and then Bloodstain's going to get blue-black. That's going to be perfect mana. So that's pretty good.
Okay. We'll keep as well.
Your turn.
Ooh. We could try to get lucky. I think we need to try to get lucky. I really want to just curve out as much as possible, though. This might be really bad if Todd has Fiery Impulse to play a creature into it. Okay, I've reneged. I'm just going to play Fetch Land Go.
That's why you lead with a red source.
Yeah.
I kid you not, I didn't pop Bloodstained Mire on turn 1 a ton whenever my opponent had open 2 mana for their Warden of the First Tree, just so that they wouldn't pump it. 18 or 19 Plains.
I am going to get a Canopy Vista, so we're both at 19. Mountain Plains.
Yep. classic Boros strategy.
Yes. I played Soulfire Grandmaster in a Boros deck before.
Yeah, good card. Now, we saw 2-drops in control decks really take over with Stoneforge Mystic, but that trend continued over time with Soulfire and Jace Vryn's Prodigy, even as something like Thing in the Ice, which we might actually see next match.
Let's play Heir of the Wilds. Pass the turn.
Fetch blue-black. Gonna kill it and you discard a card.
So you're going to go to 18, then go back up to 20 from Lifelink. I will discard... Ooh, let's discard an Anafenza.
All right, so I'm going to go to 22 after the attack.
And I'll go to 17.
Here we go.
Not a good start for me. I'm already on the back foot, and I did not draw another land. So let's play another air.
Okay, cut.
No, you're good.
Draw for turn. Attack.
Block. Probably got another one, but...
I'll go to 24.
Yep.
I'll play a Painful Truth and draw 3 cards.
21.
Didn't have a land. Here we go.
Oh, this is weird.
Not really. My hand's insane. I'm not going to come close to winning this game.
Let's play a Warden.
Sure.
Pass the turn. Yeah, I need to be coming out quickly. I kept a 2-lander on the draw. Just...
So this is 5.
We did actually play this matchup at this Invitational. As a camera match, you can look it up on YouTube. It was in the 7-1 bracket.
I'll gain 3 up to 24. Your turn.
My draws were much better that time.
Yeah, Ross was the only person who beat me in that tournament in Standard, and I felt like I had to get insanely unlucky to lose. I don't do that a lot.
Pass the turn.
Okay. Draw. 2.
15 to 23. Or 26.
26. I'm pretty sure he has... Pretty sure he has Abzan Charm here. There's very little reason for him to not play something if he didn't. So I don't really want to play this Tasigur. So what I can do is... I can just Duress and then Painful Truth. I kind of like that. Alright, Duress you.
Draw 2 in response, but I take 1 from waste.
You take 3
so
or 12.
Oh, well, I did draw a second Gideon, but I can't cast either of them.
Okay, we'll just take the Jermoko's command.
Yeah,
that
makes
was like
sense.
The biggest tempo swing. And he doesn't have a removal spell, so we're going to fetch to 25, and I'm just going to play a Monastery Mentor. I'm going to get... do I need 2 blue? I don't think so. This version was really light on blue mana, so I think I'm going to get black-red. White, yeah, doesn't matter. All right, here we go.
If I just play a creature, he's just going to kill it and get more stuff. I need to get this Gideon down or draw a removal spell from Mentor, so I'm just going to pass the turn.
Okay. Draw.
Yep.
So I kind of think he drew another Abzan Charm. Otherwise, he would just try to grind through. So I think what I'm going to do is attack first, even though I'm going to miss some damage. So let's do that.
I'm at 8. You're at 27.
And then I can just pass turn. I can also cast Tasigur. I can go Tasigur Painful Truth. That actually seems like a nut. Okay. Black, red, white. Let's draw. Trigger this.
After that prowess trigger, I'll take a point and Abzan Charm it.
Yeah, that's fine.
So I'm at 7. You go to 24.
Yeah.
Yeah, the lifelink in combination with Painful Truth was such a big game in this deck.
Yeah. All right. Land for turn. And now we can go Tasigur or Treasure Cruise. I don't think we can do both.
Got a million cards in hand. You don't need to cruise.
Yeah, let's just...
Let's kill me. I'm at 7.
All right. XL 4. 1, 2, 3, and 4.
Okay, that's not a bad draw. Let's crack this Heath, go to 6. I'm going to get basic planes, because I need an untapped land here, and I need a second white source. Where are you, basic planes? But I think to protect my life total, I need to play the Siege Rhino. So I'll go to 5 and then back up to 8. I guess I'm still dead to a removal spell.
24. Yeah, crackling, dude.
Okay. Yeah, that'll do me. Yeah, definitely need to come out faster in this matchup. I did have, like 2-drop, 3-drop, 4 in hand. I just need to draw lands on the draw.
It's a little awkward because you needed to like fetch tapped in order to be able to cast on curve.
Yeah. Well, I had air in hand, and that was my plan. And then I drew Warden. So I was like, I can fetch Forest and Warden, but then
You don't have white mana because you have Forest and
Llanowar Waste.
Yeah. I mean, the deck got stuck on 2 and 3 mana quite a bit, and that's why you played so many extra lands. Like, the deck play 25, sometimes 26 lands, because you have War of the First Tree for a mana sink, and if you just hit on curve, all your cards up the curve are just super powerful.
Yeah, you have Shambling Vent as another mana sink.
Yeah.
But the ideal was to start on fetch for Forest, Warden, then fetch for Plains, level, then fetch for one of your weird black lands, and Inofenza. Or you could start on Shambling Vent and then get Forest and like air.
Yeah, on the draw in this match, I don't want to look at my hand first. I'm going to talk about this specifically. So, if I have a red source and a Fiery Impulse, and Ross leads with a Warden of the First Tree, it's often correct to just let him attack and take damage, or make him pump, because killing it in response with a Fiery Impulse means that he can't play a 2-drop. I want him to use all his mana, or I want to punish him for trying to use all his mana.
Yeah, I had a Sunken Hollow, no other lands hand.
All right, I have a pretty good one we're going to keep.
We are doing London Mulligan, even though we're playing with old decks, so I'll get a nice look at 7.
Yeah, I'm curious how it affects like these old standard decks. Like, maybe, I don't think much would have changed, but some, like the Abzan deck seems like it would mulligan like a lot more, because your curve of like 1, 2, 3 up to Anafenza, or 2, 3, 4 up to Gideon or Siege Rhino is just so impressive.
Yeah, agreed.
Does it help with these mana bases as well?
Right. Yeah, just making sure you have the right mana at the right time.
Okay, first mulligan.
Any questions?
Don't have any right now.
Oh, that's fine. Go ahead and get to the game once Ross finishes his London Mole.
This is definitely a keeper, and I think this is the worst card in our hand, so let's put it there.
All right.
I will fetch for a Forest and play a Warden. I'm at 19. You are up.
Draw. Go.
Was there any kind of like, I don't know if trick's the right way to put it, but any kind of guiding line to how you built like these crazy 3 and 4 color mana bases in this format?
Honestly, for me, it felt a lot more like just figuring it out by playing. Like, you would play a game and you'd be like, okay, take it. You would take a lot of damage from your lands, obviously, with like Blessing Mire and stuff.
I'll fetch to 18 for a Plains.
Sure. I'm going to go ahead and kill the Warden.
Okay.
So I took an extra damage there, but I prevented him from pumping. And if he had pumped, he would have got completely blown out.
Yeah, so we're both at 18.
Yeah, I'm going to untap and play Soulfire. Soulfire. Okay.
Yeah, you're good.
Okay, draw for turn. I'm going to go ahead and fetch a Plains and play it. So go.
So you're at 17.
Yep.
Okay, well, we are prepared for this eventuality. It's a little awkward, I guess.
So I'm at 17.
Yeah. Okay, counterfight.
Okay, I'll gain 2 life.
And then take 3, so you go to 16.
Yep.
And I'll play Windswept Teeth and pass.
Tap, draw. And Windswept Heat doesn't
Actually,
get black, right?
That's true. It doesn't get black, so I might as well just play this.
Sure.
We can get a green-white land. Yeah, I forgot about that. Every allied color fetch land did not get the enemy of each of them. So I'm at 17. You're at 16. I have awkwardly drawn the Windswept Heath as my 3rd land when I kept a 2-lander.
Mm-hmm. You like had to fetch a forest to play the 1-drop on 1 with a wooded.
Yeah.
Okay, so yep, that puts you at 17.
Yeah.
All right, I'm gonna play a Delta and say go.
Okay. Attack for 4.
No effects.
Take 4.
All right, because he's not pumping, I'm just gonna wait. So
You're
go to
12.
12.
You're up.
Okay, I'll play a Crackling Doom. I'm gonna fetch down to 11. And I'm doing this because I want to play around Gideon.
I'm at 15.
Mm-hmm. Good.
You're good.
Shambling Vent. I'll say go.
And step. I'll take a point to draw 2. So I'll go to 12.
Okay.
Go to my turn?
Yeah.
Attack.
No blocks.
Take 1.
11.
You're at 10, right?
Oh yeah, I missed a fetch probably.
Yeah.
Okay.
Actually, that's not how I should do this. Before I attack, I should draw 2. So I'm gonna go to 9. While you're still at 11.
Okay, I'm gonna crackle and do my response.
Okay.
So I'm gonna stay at 11 because you didn't hit me.
Yeah, and I'm at 7.
Okay.
Let's play Shambling Vent and pass.
Time for 2. You're
I'm at
5. 13. Your turn.
A little awkward that I've taken a lot of damage. And those crackling dooms can add up.
Mm-hmm.
But
Yeah, but you got a handful of cards.
yep. I'm gonna fetch to 6 or 4.
Yep. Gonna rhino me?
I am not gonna rhino you. I am going to play a morph creature, flip up Den Protector, get back Warden, and play Warden.
Okay, I'll kill Warden. Draw. I'll attack. Maybe I should kill the Den Protector, because then you're not really forced to jump block, but whatever. I'll attack. Kind of fine with a trade, I think. And the Warden can get way out of hand if I just don't have an answer for it next turn.
This is an interesting turn.
Yeah, because if he takes it, he's potentially dead to Crackling Doom if he doesn't attack with a Shambling Vent next turn.
So you've
Or
already
if I have removal plush.
You've already played 2 Crackling Dooms, but this also puts me in a really weird spot to a Jace. I don't have an answer to a Jace. I think that means I have to block. Okay, let's block.
Okay, I go to 15, and I'm going to play Jace. Your turn.
Unfortunate.
As you can see, I literally know exactly what I'm going to do at all points, taking no time, always passing whenever I can.
Fetch to 3.
Yeah. Always make your opponent think. You should always know what you're going to do.
Get a Smoldering Marsh.
Yep.
Activate Vent and attack.
Yep. I'm at
13 to 5. You can go. I had mana issues early, and now I've flooded a bit.
Salute.
Yep.
I'll discard a land, transform. I'm going to play Treasure Cruise.
That's not good.
5, 6, 7. Draw 2 or draw 3.
Yep. Would not nearly have been nearly as good as a draw 2.
All right, so we can just play another Jace, kind of like that. And take this up and say go. Both kind of flooding out, but the Jace off the top was just absurd. Let me loot, found the Treasure Cruise, turned into a Planeswalker, let my backup Jace that I drew do something.
Attack Jace. You're up.
I don't know, might as well. Draw. Let's minus Treasure Cruise for... Leave Crackling Doom, I guess.
Yep.
Draw 3.
Cruise is exiled.
Yeah, good call. And just play my land tapped, I guess. I don't do anything for 1 mana. Oh, here you go. And can actually afford to loot a couple times with Jace now that my graveyard's empty. So I get value on both ends. Have this on a Crackling Doom super easily.
Gideon.
Mm-hmm.
Pretty good draw. One of the few things that might let me get a little bit back into this game. Didn't give me any allies, Rob. Rob is not giving me any of my tokens.
They only went through and got my tokens. What's up?
Yeah, Todd's the only one that matters to them.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you can go.
I mean, the game's over, so.
Is it?
I have Slumgar, Scorn, Crackling Doom, Monster Inventor. You want to keep playing? And another Treasure Cruise? Oh, I forgot to loot. You tricked me.
Got him.
Okay.
It's the small victories.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. So I can just double Crackling Doom if I want and get rid of the Gideon. He probably has Dramoka's command, would be the one that I am kind of most afraid of here. Prevents the damage, so I would keep the Gideon alive.
Yeah, in 2019, Crackling Doom's not dealing with Gideon, but we're playing with old rules.
Yeah.
We'll let Todd do some redirecting.
All right, I'm going to start by tick up on this.
Yep.
And that's going to shrink it so it can't fight and kill this.
That would have made Gideon even better in this matchup. The fact that you can't Crackling Doom it.
I'm going to fetch.
You're 12.
12. Come on, another blue source. I have 3. No. So I'll just get another black red. Both. Did I only play one Smoldering Marsh in this version? Probably.
Maybe.
Smoldering Marsh. Oh, here it is. Okay. Smoldering Marsh is the best.
Agreed. I've got Smoldering Marsh.
Whoa. You all right? All right.
We are
got some Night
professionals
Allies.
today.
There you go. Hush you. All right, let's play Monastery Mentor.
That's pretty good.
And I guess say go. Upkeep. I'm gonna loot. Probably should have looted first. Just got to land. All right, I'm gonna Crackling Doom on upkeep. I trigger this, get a 1/1, deal 2 here. I have a blocker.
Plus attack Jace.
Block.
Rock you like a hurricane.
Ooh, that's nice.
Do I have a bird token?
Oh, I'm stupid. I actually forgot that Slumgar Scorn command could just kill a Planeswalker. I just need to read my card. It's like half the reason I played it.
You're up.
Okay. Draw.
We did a terrible job checking that deck for tokens.
It's fine.
Yeah, you know, Slumgar Scarn, bounce this, destroy this.
Yeah, but I might be able to do better than that.
Play a land, Crackling Doom.
Yeah, discard a land.
Kill me.
Stupid. What are you at? 5? Yeah, just bounce. Oh, wait.
It's -3/-3.
Yeah, 5. All right, let's minus on Crackling Doom,
Yep.
and then I'll do this. Switch this. Transform.
Just leave it.
Okay, and then I'll just double Crackling Doom. Minus and cast the other one.
Where's you already targeted the one in the graveyard?
There's 2 in the graveyard.
Oh, there's 2.
So you go 1. I get 2 things.
And you attack me for 4.
I'll attack you for 4.
I'm dead.
All right.
Okay. Well, this matchup has not gone very well for me so far. But we got a lot of cards on the sideboard.
Yeah, how many are you bringing in again?
13.
13 cards. in
So
sideboard.
come back in just a minute. We'll take a break, get that squared up, and maybe I can come back, or maybe we'll just go to a final showdown for all the marbles.
Whew, it's going to be a tie one. Don't go anywhere. All right, we're here for post-sideboard between Abzan Aggro and Jeskai Black. I got a lot of ways I can go here, but my deck was basically pre-sideboarded for this matchup. The only card that's actually kind of bad, especially after sideboard, is Kolaghan's Command, because a lot of the removal that Ross is going to have, like Absent Charm or Silk Wrap, is going to be exiling, so getting something back is not very good. And after sideboard, they almost always cut Heir to the Wilds because Fire Impulse just kills it at a mana advantage for the Fire Impulse player. So Kolaghan's Command is going to have virtually no targets other than a token off of a Gideon or a Sorin. Doesn't really get the job done. But it's a little less direct damage in actually dealing with some of those planeswalkers. Now, I probably had some weird configuration that boarded negates and this Ob Nixilis and a Painful Truce or something, but I don't remember. So I'm just going to do 2 roasts, which are obviously a home run, cut the 2 call against commands, which are pretty weak, and then after sideboard, if Ross is literally boarding in 12 things in negate hits or whatever, so I can maybe do a quick swap and bring some of those in. But that's why I keep the Duresses in. Duress against this aggro matchup, not usually that good, but Ross kind of transforms into a more mid-range deck with a lot more removal.
I can tell you that I watched our match a day or two ago, and you did bring in Ob Nixilis in our match.
Okay.
So you cast it in game 2.
Alrighty. Well, keep going.
But on my side, we're doing a lot of changes. Like Todd said, Air of the Wilds is the worst creature in the deck. It just dies, losing tempo to Fiery Impulse. Doesn't put a lot of pressure on the opponent. The Death Touch isn't really relevant because we're not... Todd's not presenting a lot of blockers. So that's an easy cut. Dromoka's Command can be good in this matchup because it can counter something like Fiery Impulse and Roast. And while also acting as a removal spell, but because it's so inconsistent as a removal spell, because Todd can remove the creature before it fights, and then I set myself up to get 2 for 1. I need something more consistent to fill that role, and I can't have too many reactive cards. Mm-hmm. It's also really difficult to use protecting your creatures because I'm just curving out, so it's really hard to leave up 2 mana with a relevant threat. Generally, the earliest you can do it is with like Anafenza on turn 5, mm-hmm. and that they also have Crackling Doom, so like it's kind of a dream scenario where you get to counter the removal spell. It just doesn't come up often enough.
It happens more than you think, but for the most part, like if you draw it in the wrong spot, it's awful. And that is the big draw. And I don't have any enchantments, so you don't get that added value of making me sack an enchantment. So
and I've actually decided to cut Abzan Charm. I think at the time I think past me would call current me out of my mind to do this because it was like the best card in the deck. But the removal aspect of it really doesn't do anything. The counters aspect of it sometimes does something, but isn't that great. And I'm not winning this game by drawing 2 cards.
Right.
If the game goes long, Todd's deck is super favored. I need to be aggressive, so I'm cutting Abzan Charm.
And you're already cutting 2 drops, so you can't afford to cut any more cheap aggressive stuff.
Yeah, exactly. I've got my removal spells that all match up well against Todd's threats. Silk Wrap handles everything but Tassiger. Ultimate Price handles everything. Mm-hmm. So these are nice removal spells to have. Got our discard spells against the control deck. Maybe Transgress the Mind is not very good.
It hits.
No, it's 3 or
3 or more. It hits
it's
a
lot.
Not
4.
The fact that it hits Crackling Doom and Mosshair Mentor is important because it's not non-creature.
Correct.
It can hit creatures.
And then a couple extra threats. Tasker is one that can come down cheaply. Todd's removal all costs between 1 and 3 mana usually. And my threats are a little bit more expensive than that. So it's pretty easy for him to just stay on curve as long as his removal lines up. Tasker gives me a way to either double creature, which can put me ahead, or go creature plus activate, and a little bit of card advantage going along. And then another extra planeswalker is going to be nice in this matchup for obvious reasons. Mm-hmm. Though Sorin does not match up that well against Crackling Doom.
Yeah, if you minus, it immediately dies. So a lot of times it's going to come down plus the first time and then minus the second time.
Yep.
All right. Any questions over there for us while we're shuffling up here for game number 3?
Yeah, we got one. What's your favorite moment playing on the SCG tour?
Well, I actually answered that in my article today. I did a big grab bag style article where I talked all about the Stubborn Denial. Now, there was a moment in an invitational about 2 years ago now.
I think it was the first. Was it the first Envy that in Roanoke? I think it was.
Yeah, during the summertime. Yeah. I forget my opponent's name, but he's playing Eldrazi Tron. I'm playing Grixis Death Shadow. We're in game number 5, playing for top 4.
No splits.
No splits. I'm in a spot where I'm on the play, I believe, and or maybe I was on the draw. But I get to turn 3. I use a Ceremonious Rejection on a Chalice of the Void, and then I draw, I play some Thought Scour, cycle some Free Race, find a Stubborn Denial and a couple Death Shadows, but other than 2 Death Shadows and a Stubborn Denial, on turn 3 I have all air, just a bunch of lands. And so on my turn 3, I fetch down to 11, play both Death Shadows. My opponent already has Tron, I think, and maybe I Ceremonious Rejection an Endbringer or something. I forget exactly what I hit. And then on his turn 4, he plays an 8th mana source and taps low with 1 mana up to cast All's Dust. And without hesitation, I used my last mana to play Stubborn Denial. And he just shook his head, put it in the bin, used the last mana, tapped it, cast Dismember, went to write down life totals, and saw that I was at 11 and just did the whoa. He just saw a ghost. That was my favorite moment. Brad was watching me play, and after the match, like he just ran over. He was just like, "Oh my god, I can't believe you did that!"
I remember seeing that. I walked by.
I was down shooting B-roll, and I happened to get footage.
Oh, you got it too. We use it on my flashback episode. It was really nice. All right, let's play. These games are gonna take a while. We got to find a conclusive winner or loser here. Are you on 6 already?
No, this is my 7, but it's a 5-lander. That's a pretty good 5-lander.
Well, my hand is not very good, so do with that as you will.
I just don't think you can keep a 5-lander, especially with no shambling vent. Yeah, we're gonna send this one back.
Okay. I am gonna keep this hand because if I draw a couple of good ones off the top, it could be good. The problem is with this hand is that the mana is actually awkward because I've drawn Prairie Stream and a Flooded Strand, so I need to use it to find black, and then I need to use my other mana to find red. So that means I'm just going to be having a lot of lands coming to play tapped. Now I could draw a red source off the top, and then I can go fetch, untap, red source, Prairie Stream following, or something like that. And then my mana is perfectly fine. So I think I'm going to hope for the best.
Speaking of ETB tapped lands, this will be a keep, but it is not great.
Okay.
So let's put that one on the bottom, and then start with a Flooded Strand and a pass.
Okay. Lead with Prairie Stream, and then I don't know what I'm going to fetch next turn. I might just go fetch tapped, and depends on what Ross does. And he cut a lot of his early aggression, so I'm not going to be under the gun too badly early.
I'm at 19, getting this Canopy Vista.
Yep. Here you go.
I will play a Sunken Hollow and Warden of the First Tree.
Okay. Unfortunately, I cannot bluff a red source here, but I will go ahead and get a red source and say go.
Given their times in Standard, who do you feel was the better Planeswalker? Gideon Allied Zendikar or Jace Friends Prodigy?
Well, Jace is a creature, so that's not really fair.
Fact for one. 19 all. Let's transgress the mind. I would go with Gideon, I think.
I think Gideon was format defining.
Yep.
So these are the ones you can take. These are the ones in my hand. I think you should probably take Utter End, depending on your hands, but the Painful Truths can reload me. I can actually go fetch Painful Truths next turn. So.
I kind of want to take the Tasker. Though I guess Tasker and Treasure Cruise do tax their graveyard pretty well.
Right. So I ain't taking either of those is probably a mistake.
Yeah. The Tasker is going to be tough. Actually, I'm going to take the Painful Truths.
Okay.
I think that's what sets you up
and it
best.
exiles it too, which is important to note.
You can go.
All right, I'll try to leave this untapped. Just really hoping to draw a spell there that punished the Warden not pumping. And you missed the land drop, right?
Correct.
Okay. So that's good news. I'm pretty sure if I just play Soulfire, it's going to get popped. But, I got to use my mana, I guess. I can't cast the Tasker this turn. And I can cast it next turn no matter what land I play. And I can get my Shambling Vent untapped. So let's say go. Well, no land, so he's probably just going to hit me for 3 or Silk Wrap or Open Price. Or
yeah, let's Silk Wrap that. Mash for 1.
Yep.
18. You can go.
Draw. Now we can play Flooded Strand, fetch an untapped, and that'll threaten a Shambling Vents. Or I can just play Tasker. But I think he probably has a removal spell for Tasker, but maybe not. I think maybe just holding back for Utter End on the Soulfire might actually give me a really good sequence. But Utter End is one of my only ways to deal with a big thing like Gideon in a few turns. It's pretty tough. I think I'm just going to go fetch Tasker.
17. I like the Tasker here.
Yeah. I'm going to get a white, I believe. White. Or I guess I can get blue. Give me a second blue. It's fine. So I'm at 17 for the fetch.
Yep.
Okay.
Hey, level my thing.
Yep.
You're up.
That was best case scenario. All All right, I'm gonna get aggressive here. I think I can attack, and then I can either utter end or activate Tassiger, depending on if he plays something I care about or not.
I'm at 15.
Yep.
Attack for 3.
14.
You're up.
We'll just activate Tassiger instead of utter ending to get back Soulfire, I think. But he might. Our ultimate price doesn't kill this. Never mind. Okay. All right. 2 lands, so I don't get either back. But it does push me more towards Treasure Cruise. Anything while I'm tapped out? Okay. Attack.
11.
Going to fetch a Plains and play Jace off of Island Plains.
You're at 13.
Yeah, your go. Oh, Plains in the graveyard. Crap. Oh, I messed up. Hold on. I need to fetch with this and get Swamp.
Sure. Attack for 3.
Take it.
You're at 10.
Yep.
Warden.
Do I not have Swamp in my deck?
No, it's 2 mountains and island plains.
And mana base is weird. Okay. Then
Seems like you're getting an ETB tapped land.
yeah, sure, whatever. Okay. Warden's fine.
So now fetch on step.
Yeah, sure. Take it.
So you're at 9.
I think I already took a damage for it, didn't I?
No.
Whatever. Sure. I'm at 9. You're right. I'm
Yeah.
at 9. Drop turn. Fire Impulse this one.
That's-
Activate this.
Yep.
Start this transform. Plus attack for 6.
I'm at 5. You're at 11.
Go.
We did it. We did it.
Found another land.
I will fetch to 4 and play an Anafenza.
Nice one, dude.
You're up.
All right. Go to 10. Because I gained 2
Yep.
from the shambling. Okay. So now I can utter end and then flashback utter. I guess I need something else in the graveyard here. Whatever.
No, you don't.
Pretty sure Ross is dead.
I'm at 4. I'm dead. I had to fetch.
Well, I can't kill both things, right? Am I stupid?
Utter end 1 impulse.
The impulse only does.
Oh yeah, you don't have another spell.
Yeah, I can. I can treasure cruise for 3. No, then I can't utter end. So okay.
You just need to treasure cruise into an untapped land, which I'm not sure if you have.
Yeah, because it doesn't see itself. So
If you just treasure cruise into an untapped land, you're good.
sure. All right, get all 5 lands. I need to leave open a 2 red. All right, draw 3. 1, 2, 3. Womp womp. We can't utter in this and force a chump block though, so let's just do that. Take up Jace and take up like this.
And now even 1 blocker for me won't do it.
Yeah, I
You
just
have 2
minus
vents.
and utter in.
You'll
and
also set
2
us up.
vents. Yeah.
White source. I guess actually I needed to play any land. I can't play Gideon yet. So I think that keeps me alive. 7 to 8.
Okay, so I can go impulse minus fire impulse attack with just 1. So I need a.
Need a land.
No, I don't think land does either.
I need a black source actually.
Okay. Whatever. Just utter end it. And attack for 4.
I'm at 3.
Here you go.
Siege Rhino.
Counter draw.
I'm dead.
That's Jeskai Black. Yeah.
This is good.
See, those were not the draws that you had at the Invitational to beat me.
Yeah, this was definitely a deck with a finicky mana base, and oftentimes your cards were powerful enough to overcome that. But in this matchup, with the efficiency of the removal in the Jeskai Black deck, stumbling was just a death knell.
Yeah, I mean, when you're able to use all your mana, and I don't draw something like Fire Impulse early on or a Roast early on, those are the draws where I really get punished by like the turn 1 Warden on the first tree, turn 2 a 3/3, and then my cheap removal doesn't deal with it anymore. I need to use Roast or Crackling Doom, which I need to save those for your turn 3 Inafenzas or turn 4 Siege Rhinos. But in the we played 3 games or 4?
3.
We played 3 games, and you never once went like 1-drop pump or 2-drop into 3-drop into 4-drop, and that was really where the deck ran on all cylinders, and your opponents, you just got run over.
Yeah, did not have the great curves there, and then you really needed them in this matchup. Yeah, one of the strengths of Abzan was the ability to win even when you stumbled in a lot of different matchups, especially with the power of Siege Rhino catching you up. But this was not one of them, and I was soundly crushed. So we have set up our final battle.
Yeah, so this is coming right down to it. This one's for the marbles. This is whether or not this becomes a trophy on my stream shelf.
In true Todd Anderson fashion, he's playing an Izzet deck.
Get to play Izzet. Not only do I get to play Izzet, I get to play with Pyromancer's Goggles. This was a deck that I was hugely fond of, but we will get to that match after just a short break while we get everything set up. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back for more Versus Live.